Hi, Cutie Pies. It is Lanickia, and I just finished watching Love After Lockup season 13, season 13. I am getting um married at first sight confused. This is actually 343. But anyways, it's called Can't Buy Me Love. Y'all, this episode. These women and these men. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. So first of all, Deontay is waking up just devastated. He's still upset about what happened the night before. He's getting dressed. He said Nicole just broke him. She damaged him. He was already damaged and hurt, and she just put the nail in the coffin for him. And so then he goes and meets up with Derek at the gym, and I was like, okay, Deontay, because he got a little cut and stuff. And all that. I was like, okay, sir. But so he meets up with his homeboy Derek at the gym, right? And so Derek's like, what's up? And he's like, I've had better days. And Derek's like, what you mean? What you saying that for? So he tells them everything about Nicole, about how he just caught her the night before. He tells the whole story about, waiting 5 minutes and his car pulls up and it's Zach, her ex. And Derek's just like, Derek's like, I know she a hoe. Y'all, he knows she a hoe. She knows she's a hoe, but he just don't want to admit it. He doesn't want to say that. Now, I call her a hoe, but not because of that. I say it because of the way she does people. Because I don't care about your body count, who you all your people you messing with at one time or whatever. It to me, what makes her that way is the fact that he really cares for you and you're using him. Other people like you and you're using them. That's why, to me, that's hoish behavior or whatever. So then we see so then he just tells Deontay, break up with her, like leave this girl alone. She don't want you. She not, she slept with that other dude. And Deontay, in his mind, he knows it, but he doesn't want to believe it. I'm like, sir, anybody picking you up at that time of night and you're leaving with them, what are you going to do? Where are you going? And that's your ex-boyfriend? Okay. But Derek is just pretty much like, get rid of her or whatever. And he was like, no, I want to talk to her. So then she calls him, right? She calls him while he's working out. And Derek's like, who is that? And he don't tell him. So then she calls him, y'all, while she's getting ready. She's putting on her makeup. And she was getting one of those getting ready where you really like the person that you're about to go meet. Because she was taking her time with the makeup and stuff. Y'all know how I don't know if y'all really date anymore. Y'all married and stuff. But you can still date when you're married. But back in the day, you used to take your time, get your hair ready, she was getting that slow ready where she was putting her mascara on. I was like, oh yeah. That's when you really like somebody, when you taking time with the makeup and you taking hours to get it all together. Yep. But she called him while she was doing it, and she told him, I can't meet you. He said, let's meet tonight. She said, I can't meet you tonight. Deontay, you don't think to ask her, why can't you meet me tonight? Like, what you got going on where you can't meet me? I could come over to your house and pick you up. Because all you're supposed to be doing is being at your mama's house anyways. We just had this huge fight. Like, what are you doing where you can't meet me? But anyways, he doesn't say anything. To me, he was just happy she talked to him because she hadn't talked to him all day. She had not talked to him all day. But anyways, like his friend said, it is what it is. You want to continue to be dumb, be dumb. So then we see Doug and Rachel, and he's been out 37 days. He said the longest he's ever been out is 40. So she's making breakfast and they're eating, and it's this conversation about bacon because she's made the bacon and him and little Dougie are trying to eat it up. So we see Rachel has concerns now. She's very concerned about what Doug's sister said, and I guess other people have been talking to her as well. She's very concerned about him using her pretty much or not being faithful and true to her. Okay. So she's concerned about that. And then we see Doug go, because he's working now. He said he works at some kind of factory job, and he's like, it's really hot in there, but he's working now. So he meets his brother Mike at a ring shop, and he's wanting to pick out a ring for Rachel. And we see Mike. Mike said, don't go chain. Remember where you came from. And Doug said, I forgot. That man is happy where he is. But he says he was like, listen, I live in the suburbs now. I have a good life now and I got a great woman or whatever. And Mike said, y'all think we're gonna, not Mike, but Doug said something about, you think we're gonna mess it up or something, and he said, no, we don't think y'all gonna, we think you're gonna mess this up. And Mike even gets on and pretty much says the same thing Crystal told us 2 episodes ago, that Doug is a cheater, he loves women and all that kind of stuff. And so he was thinking, oh, I don't know about picking out this ring now or whatever, but I think I like Rachel, and I think she just needs to be on the lookout for Doug. Like, pay attention, girl. So here we go to Lisa now. I like Lisa. I don't know why. I like Lisa. So we go to Lisa, and she says, oh my God, she's talking about milking the prostate. I was like, girl, y'all are down in that dungeon doing some stuff, talking about putting him in a straitjacket and milking the prostate. So y'all are down there doing some stuff, and he loves it. Now, this is what I didn't like about Stan. He wants to get her this car and everything. Now, you were promising her all this stuff while she was in prison, when you wanted to get back to that dungeon down there, the basement and everything. You were promising her all of these things that you were going to do for her. And now it's like, oh, well, I've bought a car for somebody before, and then they got the car and they left me. And no, like, listen. If you can't be wanting her to keep her end of the bargain by going down there and putting you in the straitjacket, and then when y'all come out of the basement, then all of a sudden it's, I have so many concerns. No, because you didn't have those concerns last night. So go and get this girl. Go ahead and get this girl this car, because you knew what it was when you got with her. You knew it was about the things that you could get from her. It's an exchange. It's an exchange. I mean, they want to talk about being in a relationship, and he talking about marriage and all that. Stop it. Stop it. You knew what it was. Like, just get this girl this car and get her whatever else you promised her, and go back down to the basement. It is what it is. Okay, so then we get to Jeff, so we get to Jeff. And he's buying all this stuff. He has packages and gifts and all these. He has a drone. And Anissa said, you like it? That's took me 2 days of work. Girl, I wouldn't. I would not. And she was like, that's 2 days of work for me. And he was like, since I don't get to go anywhere, I'm going to bring all this stuff in, like, to entertain myself. And I got this drone so I can see, things. He's doing the same. Like, this is why he came to her. Not because I allowed myself to fall in love with her this time. No, sir, you did not. You didn't have anywhere else to go, and she was your place to go. And you saw that you could get the rest of the money out of her that you're trying to get. Because she said he plays poker, and he has ran up her credit cards playing poker and doing all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, take your credit cards away from him. Like, it's not that hard. Stop letting him do this. Stop needing a man or wanting a man so bad that you let him treat you this way. I mean, once you find out who he is, we're like, okay, lesson learned, let's move on. I mean, all these years, and I guess that's why she doesn't want to let it go, because it's like all these years she's devoted, giving, trying to make this work, and he doesn't care about her at all. He's just using her. And so Kyle comes over. Kyle is talking to him because Anissa has told Kyle, hey, money's getting a little low because he's spending too much. So Kyle, as a friend to Anissa, who cares about Anissa, who doesn't really particularly like Doug, but he would try to build a friendship with him because of Anissa, tells Jeff, hey, did I say Doug? I'm sorry, I meant Jeff. He tells Jeff, hey, sir, you're spending up too much of this woman's money. Like, what are you doing? And I see all these packages and stuff, and I'm concerned about her because I'm a friend. Now, Jeff is mad because Kyle is calling him out for everything that he is doing. And so Jeff is mad, and he's like, that's between me and my woman. You stay out of it and all that kind of stuff. But you're saying that because you know you're wrong. And so then he was asking him about, like, have you told her about your child and all of that? And he was like, no, that's our business. I mean, it's a mess. It is a mess. He does not care about Anissa at all. He wants what he can get out of her, and she needs to leave him alone. And so then Kyle is ticked off at this point. So he goes, like, Jeff walks off, storms off because he hadn't said what he had to say. So then Kyle goes into the house with Anissa because Jeff stormed off. Sorry if I'm getting the names confused. So Kyle goes into the house with Anissa, and he's telling Anissa, like, he don't take me out. Like, he rubbing me the wrong way. I don't like him. And she's like, what's going on? And he was like, he keeping secrets from you, and it's not that big of a secret. And she was like, well, what is it? And he was like, he has a, and this is what Kyle said that I've been thinking as well. The secret isn't even that big. Like, it's not that big of a deal. He has an 18-year-old son. He was like, I don't know why. Like, I'm not upset. I wouldn't be upset about that. I know you wouldn't be upset about that. And she was like, no, that happened. And he even told her, Anissa, that happened before you. And she said, yeah, I understand that. So he said, so what makes me concerned is like, why are you holding this a secret? It makes me think that there's more to that than what you're saying. And she was like, yeah, that kind of does. And so now she's starting to be like, because he's using up my money. It's not what she planned on. He's using up all her money and all that kind of stuff. He's a user, and she's starting to see that now. And now she's wondering, what else is he hiding from her? Because that's something really small to be hiding from her. So they're like, is the child younger? Is there more stuff? Like, what's going on? But anyways, Kyle is a great friend. So Brittany and Ray, I know because I watch other reviews and all that. And y'all, people are like, oh, I agree with Ray. I do not. Like, Ray's getting on my nerves. He got on my nerves last episode, and he got on my nerves this episode. Like, sir, she's not hiding you. She's not hiding you. She is concerned that her parents will reject you. And then that will cause a rift in y'all's relationship. That's what she's concerned about. But anyways, let's get into this. So Ray is upset with Brittany because of his because she hasn't told her parents. And she just pretty much lets us know my mom is refusing to meet him. And I think she's trying to protect him from that. Her mom is refusing to meet him. I think her dad disappointed, but he's more open to it. But she has a close relationship to her dad, and she doesn't want him being disappointed in her knowing she's like living with this man. Because Brittany says Brittany's a hard worker, and she has nice things because she works hard for them. And so she says, she has 2 jobs. She has her own things. She has her own home, her own vehicle. She has a nice living, and he's not working. You know what I mean? He's not doing anything right now. She wants them to meet him when he's a little bit more on his feet. He doesn't understand that. He just doesn't understand it. And then his parents come over. It was a lot of people that came over. I see. So his parents and all them come over. And so she's just pretty much talking to them, and they're all like, where's your family? I'm like, it was already enough for you. Like, why do you want to meet her family with your family as well? That's too, like, I understood Brittany's reasoning on it would be kind of overwhelming because her family they already have to meet him, and then you throwing her family in to meet y'all as well. Like, take a break, take a beat or whatever. Y'all are used to him being in prison, and now he's coming out or whatever. Her family is not used to her dating. Like, they want her to date a certain standard. So let him meet them first and then bring y'all in, because it's too much. It's too much. That's just my opinion on it. So anyway, she's touring the house, and she goes upstairs. I think it was that the cousin. It was I don't know who she was, but she goes upstairs and she kind of explains it to her, and the woman says she understands it or whatever. They just want to take baby steps. And so then Ray goes out and talks to his dad, and he's all up talking to his dad, and his dad's like, I want them to see where we come from and all that. No, you want to show them that he's just not some bum. That's what it is. That's why you want to hurry up and meet them, to show them he's not some bum. But it doesn't matter what y'all do, because he still went to prison and he was still doing things that got him locked up. So he has to prove that. Y'all can be a great foundation and all of that, but he still has to prove that he's going to be making the right decisions and everything. And the little boy was the only one that made sense. His brother was the only one that made sense. Was like, they got to get used to this. Her family has to get used to this. Speak. But of course, Ray didn't listen to him. He listened to his daddy. So Doug proposes again to Rachel. It was real cute. At first, I was like, okay, because I'm concerned about Rachel and Doug. But I was like, okay, this was a nice moment. And Rachel goes say, a victim of crime. I was like, girl, that is, they should edit that out. But so this is what gave me a little bit of hope when he was like, I got the woman, I got the son, I got the truck, I got the job, I got the I think they said dog. And he was like, I have a nice living. I'm in the suburbs. I've never lived this good. I'm not messing this up. And I was like, okay, now you're talking right. And then when they get in the car, oh, he proposed. She said yes. It was cute. I mean, it was what it was. Then they get in the car and he was laughing about something on his phone. And if there's nothing, he wouldn't show her. And I don't know, it's kind of weird. It was kind of weird that, like, why are you not showing her the stuff on your phone? And he was like, well, you being nosy. And what's really sad about this show with Rachel is that we literally saw her so vibrant and happy and secure in herself. And in this episode, we saw the insecurities in her. And it really made me sad because I like Rachel. And so it made me sad to see her go from this vibrant woman to being this insecure woman. But yeah, that was what it was. Okay, so then when they have a little clip, and Nicole just loves being a girl. She loves material things. She loves getting her nails done, her hair done, and all that. She just loves it. And she loves bad boys and bad girls. Okay, so then Ray's parents leave, and he makes another reply to his people about maybe next time y'all can meet her family. Like, sir, like he's getting on my nerves with this. So then he gives her an ultimatum, like, tell your people or you're not serious about this relationship. Already I don't like it. I don't like ultimatums or anything like that. So I was like, girl, I would have had to tell him, well, I guess I'm not gonna be serious because no. But she goes ahead and calls her dad and tells him to come over tomorrow or whatever. Because to me, he's more concerned about himself and he's not thinking about her feelings and how this is gonna play out for her and her family and everything. But it is what it is. Let's move on. So then Nicole gets all dressed up. And y'all, why did this girl wear the outfits Dante bought her to go on this date? And we see that she is going on a date with Tia. So she said, she said being intimate with Zach was not what she was expecting after 4 years. Maybe she got up with Dante because Zach's probably been with other people. Dante been waiting on you. But she said being intimate with Zach was not what she was expecting. And she probably won't be doing that again. It's from what I got. She pretty much is like, okay, I'm good. I'm cool off you. But Tia, she really was in love with, or is in love with, and so they meet up, and you could just tell. You could just tell because when she got in that car with Zach and stuff, it was more like a homie. When she met with Tia, she was girly and very shy and flirtatious and all that. And so Tia was like, I'm possessive. And because they told a story about how Tia spit in her face in prison and she spit back in her face. They're toxic. They're toxic. But they love it. And so she and Tia just talk and they I don't know why she just didn't stay with it, like, because she wanted the things that Deontay had to buy her. But her and Tia go back to Tia's room and she tells them, y'all gotta get out because her and Tia are about to. She says she has to explore this with Tia before she can go to Deontay and make it official with him because she got to get all this out of her system or whatever. Make sure this is what she really wants, is to be with him. She doesn't want to leave anything on the table is pretty much what she's saying. Oh no. Because she keeps saying that we couldn't touch and we couldn't do all this in prison. But you had no problem touching Zach and you have no problem touching Tia. So it was just Deontay. You just wanted him for what he could buy you. That was it. So Lisa and Stan go to the car dealership. That man asks, is this your dad? And Lisa's like, no, it's my friend, boyfriend, or whatever. And so then Stan is going to give her the down payment for her car. And she's going to pay the car notes and everything. And he's going to drive it off, she said, because he just paid off her tickets and everything. So then Stan is like, so we're going to work on you getting divorced and all that. And she's like, yeah. But baby, Lisa put a message in her phone talking about getting a car that was like, work it, girl. I said, wait a minute. Who is she talking to? Lisa has turned Stan into a trick. I don't know why I like Lisa. She's wrong. No, because she's wrong for that. But I don't feel bad for Stan because he's a jerk. Is that a double standard that I'm having? Because for Deontay, I was like, ooh, I kind of feel bad for him. But Stan, I'm like, he's such a jerk, and he's been he said nasty things to her. That I guess that's the difference. He said really nasty things to her. She's wrong now. She's wrong, but I don't feel as bad. I'm just like, okay, all right now, girl. Oops, sorry, showed you a little wig part. All right now, girl, but okay, don't get in trouble, sis. Because that's how people get hurt doing this kind of stuff. You and Nicole, but it is what it is. So that was the episode, y'all. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. I will see you on next week's the finale, the 2-hour finale of this, and then they're gonna go into Life After Lockup, which I see Stan and Lisa, Nicole, and Deontay, and dang, it was somebody else. Shoot, I hate that. But it's 3 of the couples who are actually gonna make it. Is it Jeff and Lisa? It might be. But anyways, 3 of the couples actually make it onto there. So we'll see y'all. All right. Have a great rest of your night.